overwhelming demand, the Summer of '99 Tour returns. July 27th, FedEx Forum. With special guests 3 doors down. And Mammoth WVH. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com. Creed returns, the Summer of '99 Tour.
It's time! Let him go!
Bain drives.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Close. He hits and the Grizzlies have the lead.
Yeah!
Jared with a knockaway.
Good defense!
Durant attacking, spinning, hanging, and hitting.
Let's go! Let's go!
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item, whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing compares to catching your Grizzlies IRL. And that all starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight. Put that jersey collection to use for the next game and get Grizzlies tickets at Ticketmaster. Whether they're here at FedEx Forum or on the road, Ticketmaster's got your back when it comes to scoring tickets. And there's no better brag than saying you saw it live.
Debo traded from San Francisco to the Commanders for a 5th-round pick. There's no other sport where you would get a player of his ilk for a 5th-round pick.
Over under total yards for Debo. If they set it at 1,000, you think he hits that over?
Total yards?
Total yards from scrimmage. Total yards.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The Odds Couple, live at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
There's nothing like playoff basketball.
Boy, nothing like playoff basketball in Memphis.
The atmosphere of a Grizzlies playoff game is super exciting.
Oh my God, it's absolutely electric. I love seeing the crowds out.
Everybody's just screaming their heads off. You feel like you're in a movie.
People are down here. Everyone's got on their Grizz gear.
The city's excited. Everybody's excited to watch. There's really nothing like it, and I really can't wait.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans, one exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you during the Grizzlies 2024-2025 season. Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing beats catching your Grizzlies IRL, and nobody knows that better than you. So next time you want to hit up a game, Ticketmaster's got your back with tickets to every upcoming matchup. Whether you're catching the Grizzlies at home or on the road, you'll find tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Keep putting that jersey collection to use and get Grizzlies tickets today. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside again soon, Memphis.
All you American wrestling fans out there, watching this international road to WrestleMania should be a wake-up call. Turn up at these shows. Stop being so spoiled, because Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes,
I love it.
Cody Rhodes.
Let's go, Cena. Cena sucks.
Yeah.
I'm wagging my finger because you're telling those people that they need to do better.
Yeah.
Tune in to Grind City Wrestling weekly on the Grind City Media app and on the Grind City Media YouTube channel.
Grizz Nation gets set for tip-off 1 hour before every Grizzlies home game with the warm-up show. Get the latest news, notes, and analysis live from courtside at FedEx Forum.
Who's going to be the tougher team that rebounds and prevents second-chance opportunities?
Join me, Lang Whitaker, along with Michael Wallace, Jessica Benson, and other personalities from Grind City Media, Memphis, and around the NBA. 1 hour before every home game, live at Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
Live Live from downtown Memphis, this is the Chris Vernon Show on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, here's your host, Chris Vernon.
Here we go. It's noon on GrindCityMedia.com. It's Chris Vernon Show. Welcome. It is the Thursday, April 24th, 2025 edition of the show. Today on the show, Game 3 of the Western Conference playoffs between the Memphis Grizzlies and the Oklahoma City Thunder is over at FedEx Forum. We'll get to our thoughts on this evening's event. Other big basketball games that are going on as well. There were 3 more NBA playoff games that were going on last night. Watch those. NFL Draft is going on tonight. We are going to play fill in the blank sucker. It's a Thursday home playoff game time. Let's do it. Turn it up. Yeah. Hope everybody's having a good day. All right, we got a ton of stuff to get to, not the least of which is a game that is going on over at FedEx Forum tonight when the Grizzlies are going to take on the Oklahoma City Thunder in Game 3 of the Western Conference first round playoffs. Before I get to anything, I'll welcome John Roser to the show. John Roser, a.k.a. the Cologne Ranger of the Body Spray Band, is Senior Sack. Johnny Backpole, Johnny Bearcat. John Asparagus, Johnny Nick Carp, John Lance, he's Dr. Thunder, he's Yogi Roser.
A.K.A. Towel Man. I laid a ton of towels yesterday. Thousands of towels down in that arena. So you Memphians, you better show up and show out tonight.
Because
Towel Man, and that's the bottom line, because Towel Man said so.
Devin Walker's here. He's the microphone mangler, Senor Quasadilla, Mr. Matt, Navajo Joe, the reporter, the photographer. I mean,
that was
we're trying to get a win tonight.
That was a debacle.
We are trying to get a win tonight.
That was very Game 1, Game 2 energy from me right there. That was...
He sure is. He's Walker 93, and you... Towel Man is a debacle. By the way, you guys don't know, there is
hard manual labor.
I grew up, as you know, with season tickets to the St. Louis Blues.
Yes.
That was what me and my father did. We went to Blues games together. And so grew up with season tickets to the Blues. This is back in the old St. Louis Arena, and then it transferred over to the Kiel Center.
Yes.
I have not been to a Blues game in many, many years. My father and I went to a playoff game years ago, but this is pre-pandemic that we went to a Blues playoff game. So I have not been in many, many years. But I will tell you that when I did go, he was still there. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because there actually is a guy called Towel Man that was so when you brought that up, it stoked a memory from my youth. So Towel Man used to be in the top of the St. Louis Arena. Here, throw me the towel.
I found
So this is what he would do, Roser. So imagine he sits halfway up in the corner of the upper deck, both at the arena and then when they moved to
the Kiel Center. Yeah.
After it was Savvis Center or
the
whatever
Scott
it's
Trade
called
Center.
now. What's it called now?
I don't know. I think it was like Scott Trade
Center.
for a while.
Scott Trade.
So it's been a million things. Originally, it was the St. Louis Arena. Then they blew that up, and then they moved to the Kiel Center. Towel Man kept the same seats, right? So it was a different format, but he's in the corner of the upper deck.
Section 314, by the way.
314.
Yeah.
Area code in St. Louis, right there.
How about this? We were 124 JJ seats 1 and 2. My father burned that into my head as a little kid because if I ever got lost in the arena, I'd have to go 120. And anybody asked me, 124 JJ seats 1 and 2. That was our seats. We were behind the goal, probably like in that lower bowl, whatever, 3/4 of the way up, right? And row J, whatever that was. So anyways, Towel Man, you would see, he's up in the corner, and every time the Blues would score a goal, Towel Man, you'd wait for it, and he would get up out of his seat, and then he would start on the top of the stairs right here. I'll try to get here. He would start like he's up in the stairs in the upper deck, and he would go like this. Oh! And he would run down the stairs, and then he would get to the front of the upper deck, and if they scored the first goal, he'd go, "One!" And the whole crowd go, "One!"
Oh, we knew
and
that.
so then,
That's
right,
amazing.
like then you'd score again. You wait for Towel Man. Oh! Yeah, dude.
I love this.
I know.
I found Towel Man. There you go. Look at him. Towel Man.
There was a real Towel Man in my life, in my youth. It's one of the things that it's so crazy that you started out by saying that. I have not thought about this individual I can't remember the last time I thought about Towel Man, but you can imagine as a young sports fan, it was the thing I was most excited for.
He's been there for 30 years.
He's still going?
He's still going. The Blues Ultimate Hype
That's
guy.
incredible.
The Towel Man. It started nearly 30 years ago.
He's still doing it.
Ron Beachell is his name. Beachell.
He's still at the
Yeah,
games?
he's still Towel. This is a story written in 2021, so.
As of 2021.
No!
What'd he do? No! What the heck was that?
Eric Hasseltine and
was
Towel Man.
That was Eric Hasseltine screaming. Jalen's got game 1, game 2 energy too.
Yeah.
Okay, this guy, look, he leans over the banister. So he used to have black hair back when I was a little kid. Now he's got gray hair.
He's
Look.
OG now, man. He's OG. Oh, wait, he throws stuff?
Yeah, he throws a towel. Towel Man.
And then he has another towel he brings back? If he throws one towel, he has another.
Of course.
This guy has unlimited towels.
Oh, this guy, I mean, you want to talk about getting hype. You
Yeah,
see a guy
I
running,
love that.
I mean, it's just a fan. He's been doing it for 30 years.
30 years.
There's an energy in hockey.
Towel Man is amazing.
Towel Man is great.
It's
do we
so
have a Towel
crazy.
Man in Grizzlies?
I never intended on talking about that. Never intended on that even coming up. But when you said that, it immediately jarred this memory of Towel Man.
Yeah.
I used to love Towel Man.
Shout out Towel.
And Devin is also AKA Employee of the Day.
I am Employee of the Day,
He was
Vernon.
Employee of the Day.
I won Employee of the Day.
I was Towel Man yesterday. He was Employee of the Day yesterday.
Who voted?
Voted Devin
Yes.
Walker as Employee of the Day.
Wait, who voted?
Hard
The same
manual-
people that voted me Towel Man.
Exactly.
Okay, so this is a
Manual
false.
labor-
No.
This is a false.
Real manual labor yesterday.
That's what we were doing
Sweating
yesterday.
our asses off
Dude.
for this organization.
What?
Okay, you know how it's always cold in that arena when we play?
That was us yesterday.
You know how it's always cold in that arena when we play? Like our moms always talk about how freezing they are. Dude,
Bro,
it
was a
was
sauna in that
hot
joint.
as hell in that arena
was a sauna.
yesterday.
Well, that's because
We
they got
were
to turn on. They
sweating.
got to turn on the air conditioning the rest of the
We
time.
were laying the towels.
They turned it off.
People always wonder, who lays down the towels? Do you get other?
Nobody has
it's
Employee
us.
of the Day.
Manual
and
labor.
nobody-
Towel
No.
Man lays down the towel.
Employees of the day.
Nobody has ever wondered
Me
that.
and John Roser. No.
Nobody. In fact, I've been here for 20-something years. No one has ever asked me, "Hey, how do those towels get on the chairs?"
Someone swiped up yesterday on my IG
Calkins
story.
probably wrote a story about
No,
it.
he for sure didn't.
For sure.
No,
Hey.
that's a Calkins story.
He for sure
people laying
Me
down
and-
towels.
Me and
It
John
absolutely
Roser, man. By the
is.
way, for the people out there that are doing, let me see that towel real quick. Let me see that.
Shout out to Calkins too. I read the column. Good on you.
For people that are like,
show up.
hey.
What did it say?
Let's go. It basically hey, We're here. Let's do this.
Okay, yeah. Sarah Port Reser.
That was the column?
I mean, something like that, yeah.
You didn't read it. You saw the headline.
No, I read it. I did, but I don't.
When did you get a subscription to the Daily Memphian?
My mom has one. I've got her user and password.
There's no chance. We said, what's the summary? You said, come on, let's go.
Yeah.
I mean,
Spark Notes has.
What was the column?
Okay, so-
You didn't read it.
No, I did.
It stopped you. It put up the screen if you'd like to subscribe.
No.
You read the opening paragraph.
No.
Yes.
Did you read the first sentence?
I read the dude. This I'm so bad at this. I read things
Reading
and then
comprehension?
Dude,
You asked him what the column was, and he goes, "It said, let's go."
No,
what?
He's trying to explain it now.
Just say you didn't read it. You're like LeBron when they ask him about the books.
First page.
Yeah. What did you like the most about the Malcolm X book, LeBron? He's like, I did. Very smart guy. Very smart guy. There's a lot of wisdom.
He's going on.
What was your favorite? What was your favorite scene in The Godfather, LeBron?
Basically,
the one with the gangster.
Basically, believe Memphis. He cited the last time we played Oklahoma City here in 2011. We were down double digits in that game, and everybody, whenever we were at the free throw line, everybody just held up their Believe Memphis towels. The fans did that. No one employed them to do that because they still believed, even though we were down double digits at that time. We're down 2-0, but still, believe in yourself. Show up tonight. Towel man, employee of the day. Say, get your towel.
Yes.
Wave it in the air.
Yes.
Like you just don't care.
You hear that?
We
Petey
need
Pablo.
real energy tonight. It's 8:30.
Petey
Get
Pablo.
drunk. Take a ride share home.
You have screwed up Devin's music. Jalen has already played the loudest sound that's ever been played on this show.
So loud.
Of Hasseltine yelling in my ears. None of you guys are game day focused.
We are locked in.
You are falling on deaf ears when you're
No.
like, come on, let's go. He's the boy of the month. I'm screwing up the Chris Vernon show. He's screwing up the Chris Vernon show. You guys are all a debacle.
Hey.
It can't get worse. It's only going up from here.
Look, for all the people that are like, oh, why is the same slogan on the towel again? Hey, guys, I don't know if y'all been around for that long, but guess what? When the marketing slogan is always the first home game, that's why For the M is on the towel. We're not cheap. We're all in for the M.
Hashtag win for the M.
There you go. We're done now. Go ahead.
Fired up. Let's go.
So, I do hope, this is my solemn prayer, that this is a highly competitive, good basketball game tonight. That would be in stark contrast to games 1 and 2.
And every game we've played them this year.
I hope it is absolutely lit in that arena. I hope you see a level of effort and intensity that we have not seen in the past. I also think that, look, once you go through the 2 games, I went and pulled up. I think you could very well see a lineup change tonight. And I think it is, at this point, what do you have? Like, what are your options? You go and pull up the starting 5 right now. We always talk about small sample size, or awesome sample size defeats small sample size, right? When we're talking about this kind of stuff. Well, the opposite is true too, okay? Devastating sample size defeats small sample size. And in 17 minutes of basketball thus far, the starting 5 that you have put out there has a net rating of minus 47. It cannot be.
That's not good enough.
Honestly, when you scroll through, you're not going to find pretty much anything good. Oddly enough, I think, again, this is all minute by minute stuff, right? Like, I mean, when you've only played 2 games, nothing has played together a ton in order to indicate to you. But it's very reminiscent of what we went through a few years ago. And you guys are not going to like what I have to say.
Oh, no.
The answer is Kennard.
I'll take it. I don't care.
Yeah, whatever. Like, okay. I don't. Yeah.
Whatever it takes to be in the plus, bro.
Honestly,
you can put a corpse out there.
No. I think this is exactly what we got into last time. Because again, and this was the thing that Tumasi Sola, and I know they had ditched Kennard, and it got to the point where they had ditched him completely. You're gonna have to call back to him, honestly, because this is what happens in the playoffs. We know. You're watching it in every game. Yeah. You watched it last night when the Celtics are playing the Magic. You watch whatever. You have to have something. There has to be something that eliminates boxes and elbows, right? There has to be the release valve. Now, again, the goal for him is either you are being face guarded or when you get the kick out, you have to shoot.
You have to shoot.
But
There's
that's
no
the
dribble.
only. But honestly, this happened with Dylan Brooks a few years ago, where it was like the Kennard minutes were so much better than the Brooks minutes, and it's like, again, I understand how that you can get targeted on defense, but come on, what are we doing? We got to be able to score. Yeah. We got to be able to score, and so it's not, again, when we joked about the gravity. Again, it's one of two things. When John Morant gets that high screen and he's coming off, all right, he's going to have to deal with the guy that's coming around the screen and also the pressed up Hartenstein, right? Hartenstein's going to be at a level, right? Most of these good teams are going to make you see a second guy at the free throw line, okay? But even then, what you can't have is the guy from the side also not caring about the guy in the corner or the guy on the wing. And so you have one of two options. If it's somebody like Luke Kennard, you at least have that option where it's like, if we're going to play a bunch of pick and roll basketball, the wing guys have to be able to shoot. Yeah. Right? And the same way years ago I told you, I am nobody was a bigger fan and a bigger endorser of Tony Allen. But it got to the point in that Spurs series where it was like, bro, you have to play OJ and Shane. You have no choice in this matter because it doesn't matter. And their stats were not good. Kennard's stats very well may not be good. It's simply the fact that you had to get somebody that guards out there the threat of these guys knocking down a shot in order to alleviate space for Zebo or Mark to be able to go to work. Because if you can just double everybody all the time, and so you need shooting. You need somebody that can reliably knock down those shots. And I honestly, when you scroll through it, I'm like, man, this ain't working. So you might end up just landing on that once again. No. I mean, look, at the end of every playoff series, every playoff team says we need shooting. And you've just got to live with the fact that you might be defensively not as good, and you might have a guy that gets picked on. But in the end, on the offensive side of the ball, like, you've got to be able to put the ball in the basket so that you're not constantly playing in transition. And you've also got to be able to knock down some shots so that you can lighten up on your best players. Yeah. Like, you've got to have something that you can throw the ball out to that can knock down shots, or they are just going to pay all the attention to your best three. You only have three guys to guard. We've talked about this. There's three players to guard, right? Like, just make it four.
Yeah, maybe four.
And I'm sorry, they're like, and again, and some of the Aldama minutes are okay too, honestly. And I think it's all a spacing thing, right? It's all a spacing thing.
And role players play better at home too.
Correct.
That's a big thing. We got a lot of guys that are role players that have been getting minutes, whether it's the Luke, whether it's the Santis.
There's got to be a release valve for these guys.
Well, the other thing too is the fewest points that you have held them to all year was game 2. They scored 118. So, like, you have to score at least 120. You got to score in the 120s to beat them. Like,
you've been doing a good job on SGA, making them inefficient, making them no free throws. But it's the Chets, it's the Jalen's.
Well, the other thing is Kennard. I know he's made his mistakes. But he's also a veteran player. Like, he's not a veteran. He's not a veteran, right? Yeah. Like, I mean, they are mauling the lineup you are putting out there.
The starting joint.
They're mauling it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a minus 47 net rating.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
I mean, how many more possessions do I need to watch of it?
We've been down 12 and 15, so that's minus 27 in the 2 first quarters. Like, you can't
survive.
You can't survive. Like, you got to get a 10-point lead on them. Like, try to get a 10-point lead. Like, don't be down double digits. Try to be up 10 points.
I don't think have we been up in the series? We were up 9-6, game 1.
I think that, maybe.
Or 4-2.
But anyway, I mean,
4-2 is crazy.
Look, so I do think you could see some lineup changes, and obviously the most important thing is that these guys are giving it everything they've got, and that the crowd boosts them up tonight. I mean, look, there's never been a bad playoff environment in Memphis. It's never happened,
no such thing.
right?
No.
So the people that are going to be in there, it's going to be absolutely crazy. If you don't have tickets, you should go to the game because it's always a memory, no matter what. It always is a memory, right? Sometimes it doesn't turn out your way. Yeah. Sometimes it does, but the environment will be great.
And these they might be the last 2 home games of the season. They might be.
Look at this guy.
So,
Look
but
at this
no,
guy.
We're from Towel Man to this.
No. They might
This
be.
guy.
So, no, it's a long off season, and you're not gonna get to see him again until October. So freaking show up and cheer the damn team on.
Okay, all right. I was worried where that was going. I was gonna, for real, y'all need for real. Pull up, bro. Like I know
The other thing
there's
is
a
this.
Drury attitude right
The
now.
other thing is this.
Pick up the spirits.
There
man.
needs to be at some point you got to start taking this stuff personal, because now the world is just clowning you.
Everybody's
You
clowning
are by far the least competitive series so far. And last night, watching TNT, I was sitting there and I was like, damn, bro. Ernie Johnson says, unbeknownst to, of course, the guys on the panel, they don't even know, he tells them that tomorrow night they've got Grizzlies-Thunder on TNT and not the Clippers and the Nuggets, which is going to be on NBA TV tonight. And this was the reaction as I'm watching TV last night.
We got going on Thursday.
Okay.
All right. So,
3 more games.
Knicks and Pistons.
Oh, are y'all serious right now?
Grizzlies.
Are y'all serious right now?
That's crazy.
Y'all got the Clippers, the best series going on NBA TV instead of here.
Wow.
Come on, Kenny.
Yeah, that's
Kenny.
different.
Come on, man.
Different. That is different.
Who made that decision? They've had the 2 best games by far. And we ain't gonna be there. Come on, man.
Nuggets. Can we make a trade?
Who made that decision? Fiorello?
Can we make a trade that Thunder in that Nuggets game? Wow. I'm with you, Chuck.
Hey, think about it. We're gonna show the game where the team lost by 75 points.
In 2 games.
In 2 games, instead of teams who won overtime and a barn burner.
I knew you'd be fond of that scheduling for Thursday night. To watch that series.
Well, go to another network and watch it then. It must have been a pleasure.
And
do we get NBA TV in the
yeah, you get NBA TV in here. Yes, you do.
They didn't pay for that. It's across the street.
They didn't pay for that.
They didn't pay for that. Walk out these doors and turn left. It's right over there.
The guy said that's been. If you don't like this, it's been a great series, but we got to go somewhere else and watch it tomorrow.
We don't.
Well, we don't, but the fans do. Come on, man. Whoever made that decision is just stupid.
Okay, that game will be on NBA TV.
I cannot wait. There's your camera. Talk to him, Chuck.
Come on, man.
Camera.
I mean, seriously. You're scheduling these games. You're like, no, you know what? Them other 2 games been great basketball, like the Joker said. Let's go show the game where the team got beat by 75.
But the schedule was out before any games were played.
But we knew that was going to be a good series. We knew that was going to be a great series.
I got a word for you, Ernie. Reschedule.
It's only.
All right, you have to take this personal. You have to.
Yes,
you have to take this personal. You are getting mocked.
It is mocked.
Like they are making a complete mockery of the fact that this game is even on.
And
you can say, oh, who cares what they have to say? Bro, come on.
TNT.
Nobody wants the TNT guys saying, hey, everybody go watch NBA TV because why are we even airing this? Like, the only thing you can do, like, have some pride, bro.
Have some pride, bro.
Have some pride. Because they're just mocking the fact that, like, they shouldn't even be mocking this, the fact that they should even be airing this.
TNT has mocked us. ESPN has mocked us. Every national podcast is saying, okay, let's talk about the real playoffs now. And they skip over our series.
Teague said, I don't need to be watching. This needs to be off TV in general. I'm like,
I have heard multiple national podcasters say that we are not even a real playoff team. Like, this is just, they had to somebody had to be there, but it's not a real playoff team.
I mean, if you're a player watching that last night, you've got to be like, dude.
Damn.
I mean, they've only lost 2 games. Like, it's 2-0.
Yeah.
But it has been so humiliating.
Yeah.
The second
to the point where they're like, we don't even, like, who wants to? You've got the whole country going, who wants to watch that?
Yeah.
Who wants to watch that? Like, bro, that has to bother you.
Yes.
If that does not bother you to where they're like, who wants to watch them play? Who wants to watch them? Like this is feeding meat to the lions. This shouldn't even be on TV. Yeah. This is the kind of stuff they're saying. Like, bro, you got to take some professional pride in that. The fact that they're like on TV being like, why? And again, I am a basketball fan as well. I told them, look, Nuggets Clippers is amazing and highly competitive. But, bro, you have to give people a reason. You got to make this thing competitive. You got to turn this into something that it has not been so far. Or else, this is just going to be your story where everybody just mocks you all the way to the end.
You're a dartboard.
It's going to be
everybody
like,
everybody taking the warning shots at you. Another thing I'm looking forward to tonight that's we need our crowd to be great is the game before us is Detroit, New York.
Yes.
And we talk about it in our group chat all the time. The way they restructured this Detroit team, having young players surrounded with vets.
Right.
They won their first playoff game in how long? A couple nights ago. That crowd at Little Caesars is going to be so crazy.
It's going to be insane.
You can't have TNT go from Little Caesars rocking and rolling, the top's about to pop off that mud, everybody rocking in there, to we're going to FedEx Forum and the crowd's just like standing on their hands, like sitting on their hands. Like, so that's why I'm like, yo, we need some energy in this joint tonight. I ain't gonna have us getting clowned again tonight, bro.
I asked our old buddy Corey, who now works for the Pistons, about it because I was so excited. I was like, I'm excited for him, right? He said they're doing T-shirts tonight and then towels on Sunday.
Yeah.
And he said he thinks he wasn't sure at the time. I sent this a couple nights ago. He said he thinks it's like an homage to the old Pistons, and it's called Back to Work. It's Back to Work.
That's what it says.
It says Back to Work.
Back to Work, yeah. That's what the shirt says.
He also told me, in the same way that when Tony Allen was in here yesterday, Tony said him and Zebo are both going to be at the game.
Mm-hmm.
The Pistons have Chauncey Billups, who's now the current head coach of the Blazers. Chauncey, Ben Wallace, Lindsey Hunter, Rip Hamilton, like they're all going to be there.
Oh, that's awesome.
They're all going to be there tonight for that game. That's what he told me.
That's dope, bro. That's real.
Like the old bed. Well, look, as we said,
the lineage, man.
They have not won a playoff game in 17 years. Yeah. They had not won a playoff game until they won that Knicks game the other night. I mean, that is a long time. By the way, their former GM just got hired by the Pelicans. Congrats to the Pelicans.
Where they won 17 games a year.
17. They didn't won a playoff game in 17 years, and a guy gets hired.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's crazy, man. But no, I just like that. I know that crowd, Little Caesars, is going to be, ooh, boy.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Electrifying, bro. Electrifying crowd at Little Caesars.
And especially with their chance to go up 2-1 on the Knicks.
Detroit basketball. I'm hating. I ain't going to hold you. I'm hating.
That'd be a big time.
For sure I'm hating. I'm big.
Yeah,
so, but
upper level. Where are these in the upper level? Yeah, they're like top corner up there are like $167 a piece.
It's been 17 years since they got a playoff win, bro.
Yeah.
That's a long time. Right? We take it for granted how many playoff games we've had in the last 17 years.
I read it every day.
When you see something about Detroit, you're like, damn, bro, can you imagine not winning a playoff game for 17 years? This franchise wouldn't be here.
We went 2 years and folks are going crazy.
Row 3 of their courtside VIP is going for $5,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you could be sitting next to Chauncey Billups and Ben Wallace tonight. It's
pretty cool.
Right? It is pretty cool. So they've got that. They're going to be big energy. And then, look, I just played for you what TNT was talking about. You want people making sure they've got to flip to your game because everybody's going to be wanting to watch the Clippers and the Nuggets tonight unless you can be competitive. And again, there's something to do with professional pride here, bro.
At some point.
Like, you got mangled twice. Twice.
Yeah.
Mangled. Now you're on your home floor. Now you've got 18,000 people rooting for you. Now you got towels waving. Now you got the energy, right? Like, you got all that going for you. And so, look, and they have to perform. Like, they have to play great. It's their only chance is to play great. And you're going to have everybody behind you. And so here is your opportunity. And the other thing is, like I said, it's annoying to be mocked that way.
It is.
Because we watch those other games. And look, I'm watching Orlando and Boston. I texted you guys last night. Like, why is Orlando competitive? Why aren't they getting run the hell out? Why? That's why it's been so annoying what's happened twice.
Miami,
bro,
was
they are so
competitive.
offensively deficient.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, but they are fighting and scratching and clawing, and they are so uncoordinated at some positions to the point where they blew open Porzingis' head last night.
Crazy.
Dude, how awesome did he look?
Dude.
With the four-way bandage and then 2 streaks of blood.
It
I
looked
was
like
like, it's like friggin' Mad Max.
I know, right?
Thunderdome
And
stuff.
crazy ass Joe Mazzulla was like, "Yeah, I love that blood. I love to see blood on the floor."
Loves it.
I'm like, whoa.
Miami was competitive last night.
And they're
again.
undermanned like crazy, bro. And they're scrapping against the number 1 seed.
Right. So it's like you see these other teams, and it's like they're outmanned too. They're outgunned too. Just because you're outmanned doesn't mean you can't compete.
Yeah.
Right? And that was the thing. Like watching those games last night, and then you watch Houston with that bounce back. I know Jimmy Butler got hurt, but that was like a massive effort.
Jalen Green,
you know what's so crazy is much like we have talked about, like the Karis LeVerts and the other guys that we have seen that we may have a inflated opinion of because of the things that they have done to the Grizzlies. One of the things that we did not mention the other day when we had that conversation, Green had the best game of anybody, I think, in FedEx Forum this year.
9 trades or something like that.
In FedEx Forum. He was a force of nature that night.
Yeah.
He was the best player on the floor. And so my opinion of Jalen Green has always been a tad more inflated than my peers because I watched that game and I was like, bro, this guy is a force of nature.
He had
like
42 against us.
He's a freak.
Oh, my God.
42, 13 or 18 from the field, 5 or 6 from Trey Lance.
And then the big shots down the stretch.
Yeah, he was big time.
He was unbelievable. And then last night, he has another one of those nights, which helps them from not having Fred VanVleet take 19 shots in the game or whatever it was, right? But no, they were fighting and scratching and clawing for everything from the second the ball went up in the air. Houston brought the fight.
Yep. On the court and on the sideline.
And then Butler got hurt, right? And so obviously things changed dramatically because they have nothing to do. I mean, they have to have him. Yeah. They have to have Jimmy Butler.
Steve Kerr was like, I got to put Kuminga in now. He's like, I have to put him in now. I have no choice.
I know. And his confidence is shot.
Yeah, you could tell.
Like he's already been shot, right? Comes out trying to do the right thing, but it's not the right thing. It's like, ugh. And look, there is no more important MRI than the Jimmy Butler MRI.
Oh, yeah. Is it pelvic contusion? That's the same injury Curry had.
Rough. The average missed time has been like 7 days.
That fall was terrible.
It was nasty. At first, I thought initially.
They cannot beat the Rockets without him.
No. It's just Curry out there.
Dude, they were literally like 9-10 seed without Jimmy until they got Jimmy Butler.
Yeah,
they're not good without him.
Because Draymond just flying around everywhere, like flopping around everywhere. And then Steph is trying to do everything. You got nobody else that can dribble, pass, or shoot, or do anything.
Right.
The Rockets got.
They have to have that. He has to have that. That valve.
Yeah. Because that valve is Draymond, and Draymond throwing the ball to the 8th row.
Yeah. I mean, Draymond. But again, Draymond's fine to provide that outlet and play 4-on-3 from there. But then again. Right? This is the same thing. This is what they were prior to the Jimmy thing. It's like, okay, we'll bum rush, we'll bum rush Curry, and Kuminga, Andrew Wiggins, Pods, whoever.
Moody,
like, good luck. Yeah, we don't care. Right? The Jimmy Butler thing changed that dynamic completely. Yes. And so they've obviously got to have him, but I was impressed with the Rockets last night. I mean, that is I told you guys, like, very reminiscent of the old Grizzlies teams where it's like, can I get you in a gutter war? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right? And that's what they drugged them into. You want to drag a team in and then be that physical team that is just causing all manner of problems. But they obviously have to have, like, they got a very ridiculous duality of Jalen Green. Like, what do you have, 7 in the first and 38 in the second? So it's like, okay.
It's the Jalen Green experience.
They also...
also, is there a middle ground, right, where you can get me 22 on decent efficiency, right? Like, I mean...
Right.
Or I might need you to get me 30-something, right? Like, there might need to be a perimeter guy that can give me big points from.
Especially if Fred's not going to hoop.
And they also survived the, I don't know if you saw, like, the last couple minutes of the first half. Like, Curry.
Oh, he started.
Curry got on a heater.
They were going band for band with Curry.
And they went back and forth with him and were hitting threes with him. They were hitting, they were like 6 straight threes hitting.
Bro, do you know how chippy that thing is going to get? Yeah. As this series goes on, because it started last night.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And with the old Tari Eason throwing a towel and Draymond getting the flagrant called on Jalen Green.
Yeah.
And then goofy. With the elbow to the face, did he even hit him in the face? Like, I mean, and then Draymond and Dylan getting into it in the first, like. Let that thing go a couple more games, which we know at the very least we're getting 5. Look, I think you watched last night, you're going at the very least, you're getting 6 of these games. Okay? This thing is going to get chippy.
Yeah, it is.
Chippy.
And the best part about it, I think the Rockets want that because that's the way Ime Udoka's kind of wired, bro.
Of course he
is.
He
wants his team to be scrapping out there. I saw at one point he was like, they did like a little mic'd up. He was like, yo, they're not going to call a foul. Keep playing ball. I'm like, yo, like, you could tell the rest of his players take that mentality. Like, Tari Eason's out there acting crazy. Dylan's doing his thing. Like, bro, the Rockets, boy.
Well, and this is exactly the thing. You got to get a lead. You got to get a lead on them,
bro.
You got to get a lead on the Warriors and play from in front. You got to stay attached to them. And then hopefully you can bully your way into it. But, I mean, they were up by, 17? What was the biggest lead? I know they were up at least 17 in the second half. 20-something?
Yeah, this is when they was going band for band with Curry.
Yeah.
In the second quarter. The hitting trades with
Curry.
Good
series.
Great. It's just one where he just, this is.
Like, bro, come on, bro.
Like, he just started, Curry just started doing it, but they went right back with him.
Without Jimmy, bro, it's going to be a lot of that going on.
Yeah, I know. It's going to have to.
Be out there solo.
It's the only thing he's got, right?
Shout out to the Rockets, man.
I thought, they played super hard. And then the other game, like, I was impressed. The Magic gave it everything they had. Anthony Black was good last night.
He was.
And, like, they just are not – they don't have the guns to go with it. But, I mean, and obviously Boston was without Jason Tatum last night.
Yeah.
That's, But
that's the first career playoff game he's ever missed.
Is there going to be
something? But they didn't get blown out.
No, they didn't.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like, hey, we made the adjustments and we got blown out, right? That's when you gotta like, think like, okay, we have seriously no chance. When you make your adjustments and still get blown out, and that's the concern with the Grizzlies. Yeah. It's like you made your adjustments and you still couldn't play them close. You made your adjustments and you started the game 0 for 9. Like, what if you wouldn't have made adjustments? Right? What were you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? Is crazy. That third quarter,
you could go 1 for 9 just out of pure luck. You would think.
Close your eyes. She doesn't like Stevie Wonder. That third quarter, I feel like they found a little bit of something. They were isoing Jaren on the block a couple times. He got going a little bit. But last night, bro, Paolo, when they finally surround him with that dude is a force.
Absolutely.
It's like Melo and LeBron, low key, mixed together.
No, so talented. And they just got to get him some spacing.
Like a little bit.
They get him some spacing. That's and look, this is what I was talking about at the very beginning of the show when I was saying, hey, you might end up just having to play Kennard a lot more minutes than you originally intended, just for the spacing.
Just for the space, bro.
Yeah.
Again, all of these teams, you watch them and it's like, bro, I can't let you guard my best player with 3 guys. And if I can't make shots, I don't get to dictate that.
No, he looked up and saw Jalen, Dort, and Chet, and it's like, dude, there's no point guard in the NBA that can deal with that if that's right there looking at you.
Even Jaren, when he was catching the ball on the block sometimes, it would I'll catch it, I'll take one dribble, and it's Dort, SGA, and Casey Wallace. Just all active.
Somebody's got to knock down shots,
long
bro.
Long arms, active hands, ready to tap the ball.
And it's a thing of maybe if you had Bane and Kennard out there, at least you've got 2 shooters that have to be respected, right? And I could space this thing out a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to create space somehow. Otherwise, they're just going to stand with 5 guys in the lane. Seriously.
Yeah.
Watch them.
Oh, we see it.
They don't even care if Scottie Pippen shoots. Please. Shoot. And it's like, bro, one or the other. Either you got to make them pay for not guarding you, or we got to find somebody that we can put in there that they. Again, I'm not saying that. Look, we've had our discussions about how Kennard won't shoot the ball. I don't even need him to shoot it. I need him to be guarded.
Yeah,
that's it. I need them to close out Right?
Yeah.
Just be a guy that they'll close out on.
Or like we talked about this before, bro. Shoot the first shot.
That's it.
Like this, I know they have like a whole like principle thing where good shot, great shot, or swing, hockey assist. No. This is not the series for that, bro.
No.
We ain't got no time for hockey assist, dog.
The other thing
you
is
touch
like
it, shoot it.
Yeah, we also don't have the dribbling thing is like enough.
We're insufficient in the dribbling.
It's really like when I told you guys about coaching my son's team. I'm like, stop dribbling. Stop.
He said stop.
Stop dribbling.
Make your decision. If you are dribbling to drive.
Oh, that's when Santi does the thing where he dribbles like horizontal.
It drives me, dude.
It stresses me out.
Stop dribbling. This was Coach Vernon.
Yeah.
You catch the ball, okay? I'm telling you guys, I don't care what you do. You are shooting it, you are moving it, or you are driving it. You are not dribbling it. None of you have a bag. And I feel like I could friggin' coach the Grizzlies on this. Ja, you're allowed to dribble.
You have
the
a bag.
rest of y'all,
You got a bag.
not around this team.
Yeah, because they
Not around this team.
They are leading deflections. They want you to put the ball on the floor. They are waiting for you to
want you to put the ball on the
you
floor.
put the ball. Give me that.
Again, I'm
me that.
fine, but if we are dribbling with intention. Yeah.
Yep.
We're not dribbling for funsies here so that I can do.
Harlem Globetrotter. Harlem Globetrotter, that joint. The Curly Neal out here, bro. Yeah, bro. The Heem guys, man.
We are making quick decisions. Yeah. I have caught the ball. I am shooting. I am moving the ball. But I am making this decision within a second. And this is what I kept telling them. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you do. The only thing I care about is that decision's made. We are not dribbling.
Nah.
None of y'all. This is stupid. Like, you ain't good at it.
No.
And on a pro level, same goes. You're not good at it. You're not beating anybody off the dribble. Yeah. So you're driving. Get a guy on your hip and drive with the intention of scoring or kicking out. That's fine, but we're making a decision. What we're not doing is
pity patting.
Yeah.
We're pity patting with the rock, bro.
You ain't, come on.
We are not one.
We're pity patting the rock,
I know.
boy.
What's that kid's name? Julian whatever?
Julian Newman. Julian Newman with the rock, boy.
Yeah. The old Julian Newman video.
Because when you do that, bro, the turnover number wasn't as bad in game 2 because there was less of the dribble. In game 1, there was a lot of over dribbling. Game 2 was still a lot.
The other thing is on these drives, you've got to just drive and shoot the ball.
Exactly.
Because what you do, everybody knows you are not driving with the intention of scoring.
The jump
you are
pass is
driving
crazy.
to pass it out, and then they jump your passing lane.
Yep.
Like you have to the point of the drive is theoretically to go to the basket and score. They know you're just we got in this mode, and a team like this, when you're scouted like this, they know you're just trying to get the paint touch. And you're not trying to get the paint touch with the intention of scoring. You're getting the paint touch with the intention of collapsing the defense. So instead of collapsing, they know you don't even care about you're not even. How many times do you see Scottie Pippen get all the way underneath the free throw line and then he's like, well, shit, I guess I got to shoot it. Nobody is guarding me.
Yeah.
But he's trained. Like he looks up, he's like, hey, got my paint touch.
Get it out.
Right. And now I got to throw it out. But he's trained to think when I get the paint touch I'm not even looking at the basket.
Yeah,
right? The paint touch is for the intention to pass. Yeah. And it's like they're letting you. Like you're getting the paint touch, and now you look up and you're like, oh, I guess I'll shoot this 6-footer. Yeah. Like,
I just sent Jalen, if you could play the video, I just sent you at least 30 seconds of it. And it's like the way they peel switch is better than any team in the league. I just sent him a video. Watch these dudes, bro. Watch them. Look at the way they move.
Dude, I mean, they are dynamite. Now, again, this is the moment where you've got to have somebody that can shoot, right?
Look at them connected.
And now that has to be
Isaiah Joe already running to Santi.
Already.
Already
He knows
running.
where to go. He knows
and
where
when
to
that
go.
ball got there, he's there.
It's unbelievable.
Like they play defense. Look at they play defense better than any team in the league. Bro.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
They know you
They
wanna go
are
to your left.
They are incredible at doing this. You have to play perfect. You really do. You have to play perfectly.
Like watching this, like look at him.
And you have to be able to create advantages.
No open shots. Case and Walls close out. Get a deflection. Give me that. Oh, switch up. You got it. Like, come on, bro. Like that's all in one play.
That's unbelievable.
Like they play defense, bro. They lock up. So
It's unbelievable. So obviously,
First shot shooting.
and you would like to get to play less half-court basketball against that.
Yeah.
But again, they're outscoring you on the fast break 25-2 or whatever the hell it was.
Whatever it is.
That was crazy.
It was
The last
nuts.
game, right?
Yeah, it was like 21-3 or something. Yeah. It was a lot to a little.
I'm hopeful. Game threes these are the ones. I talk to you guys all the time about how these series can go psychologically, and we've seen it now. We saw it twice. Well, actually, we've seen it 3 times with these series that have been tied up 1-1. We saw it in Nuggets Clippers. We saw it in the Nuggets Clippers. We saw it in the Lakers Wolves, and then we saw it in Houston Golden State. And especially when the road team wins that first game.
Yeah.
I mean, going up 2-0 on the road, and we've seen it here. We've lost every game 1 in the years past.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's really hard to do because there is a level of desperation. I mean, you're smoked if you lose the first 2 at home generally. And so there is a level of desperation that you just cannot meet if you're the other team. And as I've said 100 million times, I've watched the press conference where the guy comes in and says, we came here to do what we came to do. You know what I mean? We got done what we needed to get done. Now, the 2 that rallied to get road wins in game 2s were the Clippers and the Knicks. The Clippers and the Pistons. And those were super significant because, I was telling Jacoby this the other day. I view it through the prism of, if you're like the Clippers, I view it, the reason that one is so big is because, man, now you got to go 3-2. It is a massive ask to go to win 4 out of 5 against Nikola Jokic.
Yeah.
You ain't winning no 4 out of 5. You might win 3 out of 5, right? Mm-hmm. That's not that big of an ask. And so that one, and the same goes with the Pistons, right? Now, again, but the reason that the game 3s, when they're 2-0s in a series, look, the home team knows they get to go home for a game 5 no matter what. So their business to take care of business doesn't have to be taking care of this. Whereas, for all intents and purposes, you're smoked. You go down 0-3, you're done. Everybody knows that.
Barbecue chicken.
Right. Especially when you are the lower seed. You might be able to pull it off, oddly, if you somehow were down 3-0 and the other way. But, we just don't see that ever happen. So, the Grizzlies, this is full-on total desperation. And that's just not, for sure, they don't have to be desperate. Their backs aren't against the wall.
They do.
So you should have a level of fight and a level of energy that cannot be matched. You should.
They did what they're supposed to do.
It matters to you so much more.
Yeah, they did what they're supposed to do. They held their home court. Now you got your.
I also think it matters greatly for the future of the franchise.
1,000%.
You get smoked out in this thing, and you're not competitive in front of your home fans, you're going to have a big task getting them back. To invest it in the way.
Yeah.
Right? Because there's a lot of people that love this team and live and die with this team.
Yeah.
And if you get humiliated, now you've got a big task in terms of getting them to believe that things can be right. You're going to have to, I know you said it's going to be hard to improve. Here's what we know, Roser. No matter what, there's going to be at least 5 or 6 new players on the team.
Always things you can.
But there's going to be 5 or 6 new players on the team. You got to fill the roster.
There's always
you can't go into next next season with 10 players.
No,
That's not allowed.
So they don't allow that. So you got to get 5 more. So in order for them to believe that, like, hey, you can make this happen in the offseason, this group needs to be competitive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next 2.
Right?
For sure.
Because otherwise, if this group can't be competitive, then there's the questions of, hey, what are we doing here? Right? How good can this group be? Now, I've told you, I am of the opinion that it is a function of roster rather than the core players. I mean, I was asking yesterday, I was out, I took my son somewhere yesterday afternoon. This guy comes up to me and he was like, oh, you got to do the game tomorrow night? You know, and I was like, yeah. He's like, man, they don't pay you enough to have to watch that, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, all right.
Yeah, okay.
So then I moved to the next guy, and the next guy's like, hey, man, what do you think about what's going on with her? And we get into the discussion, and I asked the guy, I said, who's the 4th best player? Who is it? He was like, Edie? I was like, I don't know. I'm asking you.
Yeah, right.
You put the man on the spot.
Santi,
bro.
Edie, Pippen.
Okay, who?
Kennard.
Who's the 4th best player?
On our team?
Yeah, that's what I said to him.
Yeah.
Who's the 4th best player? Because he started on the, hey, can you win with Ja, Dez, and Jerry? You know what I mean? Like, you may have to change up this core if they get smoked out like this. And I said, who's the 4th best player?
Yeah. Brandon, but he's
I'd
hurt.
say probably BC and BC.
Brandon for sure.
No knees.
But Brandon is a bench player for our team.
Yeah.
Brandon's not starting for any team in the NBA. Let's just be clear. He's not starting. He's not a starting
but he
power
might be
forward.
our 3rd best, John.
Yeah, he'd be our 4th best player.
Okay.
He's our 2nd best defender.
Okay. Again. So for me, the sell is not, right? Like, I'm sitting there going, okay, you either have to have incredible internal improvement or you need to figure out how that's not the case, how we're not sitting around.
Yeah.
Who do you think they'd say if I asked them?
Them over there?
Yeah.
Santi
for sure.
Easy.
1,000%. And you might see a couple might say Big Zach, but Santi might be the one.
Okay. So we would admit guys that are non-starters on good teams.
I think Santi needs
like
to
playoff team, good playoff
big
team.
playoff
Right,
team.
yeah.
Santi needs to be like your 7, 8, 9.
We watch these games every night, all 3 of us.
Every night.
Yeah.
We don't just watch the Grizzlies. And no, he would not get bumped for nobody else. No. And that's in these playoffs right now.
He's not Houston's 4th best player.
That's what I'm saying. We watch these games, bro.
Yeah.
We don't
watch them.
We don't watch. And I think that's the thing too. We don't watch these games. We watch these games through like just a basketball fan perspective.
Yeah.
Like
it's not good enough. So again, I am the one defending the core. I do think you can win with Ja, Dez, and Jaren. I saw them, as I told you yesterday, in a game 4 lose 101-98 in Golden State without Morant. I saw it. But the rest of the team was Steven Adams. It was Kyle Anderson. It was DeAnthony Melton. It was Tyus Jones. It was Dylan Brooks. Like, we could have had a real debate. No, that's a real debate at that point.
Yeah, no.
We're debating all the way to 7.
Yeah, right.
We're debating who should get playoff minutes.
Yeah.
If we're cutting the rotation off, does Tillman get minutes? Does Grayson Allen get minutes? Right? Like, we're cutting off where the minutes go. Right? Like, somebody who's pretty good ain't going to be playing. Yeah. This, we're debating who the 4th best player on the team is. Come on, bro. If you can have a debate on who your 4th best player is, your team's not good.
And I think too, back then you had different personnel for different styles too. Because if you played against a big team, you threw Steve-O out there. If you played against a switchable big, you threw BC out there. Like, it was so many different ways you can go with those teams. But now it's just like, shit,
you also had John Dez on rookie contracts.
Yeah, but you ain't got nothing. You can just say, y'all got it, bro.
Right.
That is something.
And so that's what I'd say. I'm just saying, like, but again, you still, with those 3.
Yeah.
It's
better than a lot of teams got.
Dude, you got enough to compete, and you also have enough to compete. Yeah. I'm not saying you got enough to win. I'm saying you got enough to compete. I've told you, I don't care if you win or not. Of course, I want you to win. But to me, bro, I want you exhausted. I want you like bloodied up. I want you like everything you got, you left it out there. If it's not good enough, it's not good enough.
Fine.
But it's not because you didn't. I don't even know how after games 1 and 2 you look at yourself in the mirror and say, I gave it everything I had. Not when Kason Wallace is running down rebounds when you're down 20. Yeah. Why are they playing harder when you're down? I think that can't be.
The fan base responds to more to that. Like,
for sure.
And that's people are like asking questions like, oh, what is it? Because they obviously see like you're packing it up. Why should we support?
Right.
You know
so
that's
what I'm saying. This one is
but if
immensely
you fight,
important.
If you fight hard and you lose, guess who's gonna ride with you?
Everybody.
All these people gonna ride with you, bro. They're gonna be like, yo, that's our squad.
That's right.
They clawed, they fight. Well, maybe we didn't have it this year.
No,
but if you just pack your lunch up and be like, oh well, we're gonna lose,
bro. If you lost, like I told you about the game 4 and goes, if you lost 101 to 98,
yeah, folks, right.
And it would also then give people a reason to like hope, like, hey man, like we saw what they're made of.
We're close, bro.
Right?
We keep pushing.
Show everybody what you're made of, like what you've got. Because we saw, come on, bro. Not being competitive is. I'm watching these other games. These other teams are way outmanned.
Yeah.
Miami's way outmanned.
They're competitive.
Orlando's way outmanned.
And they're
like they ain't winning. Those teams are not winning their series.
Fight.
The second largest margin point differential in the first 2 playoff games in NBA history. The second.
That's.
And guess who was?
It's unfathomable.
By the way, we're also third. The 2015-16 Grizzlies against the Spurs.
Oh wow!
So the number one is the Spurs were down minus 75 against the Lakers in '85.
In fairness, 15-16, our whole team was hurt.
Yeah, so you can't,
right?
Yeah,
you climbing uphill anyway. Yeah, Spurs were number 1. These current Grizzlies are number 2. The 2015 Grizzlies are number 3. The Washington Bullets are number 4 in 1986. 2 of the big point differential the first 2 games of NBA history.
Yeah, it can't be.
You can't have that, bro. You can't go down
15-16, everybody was hurt, though.
Everybody was hurt.
We started. That was the Matt Barnes year, right?
24-25, what's your excuse?
We started Jordan Farmar. We started Birdman. Xavier Munford was in our 8-man rotation in the playoffs. Like, it was bad that year.
That was the last Jaeger year.
Yeah, right? 24-25, what's y'all's excuse?
That's when Popovich said, post-game after the series, he said this was not a fair fight. That team played to the best of their abilities and played as hard as they possibly could, but it wasn't a fair fight.
I get that team remembered that way. They played their heart out.
I remember Xavier Munford
and you know what the other thing is? Look, and I know these guys all pay attention to the internet. Like I played you the TNT thing from last night.
Yeah.
And I know they all pay attention to the internet.
Yeah.
You can't have NBA Central making the joke that they're going to sit Shea and Chet so that they can have a competitive game. I read that and I was like, come on, bro.
Yeah, that's where we at, bro.
Oh, yeah, the Sentinel. Yeah.
Come on.
They are firing off on us right now.
They're all goofing on us, man.
They're firing off on us right now.
Rightfully so. Like, it's been...
No. Hey, you make your bed.
If this was happening to another team in the league, we'd be doing the same. Like, why are we watching that game?
We're clowning right now, too. But
it also, because it speaks to your character.
Yeah.
It does. It speaks to your character when you get smoked out like that. Because I just told you, those teams, they ain't got enough. You're watching it. Like, bro, we have TVs. We watched the Magic and the Heat play last night. We watched that. They got no chance against those teams they're playing. None. Orlando has no chance of beating Boston in a series. Miami has no chance of beating Cleveland in a series. But I watched them last night. And that was not non-competitive.
Yeah. Paulo made sure of that, boy.
Right? And it's like, dude, be competitive.
But tonight,
stop.
Tonight, we do it for the end, bro.
Why not us? Why not
us?
tonight? Why not tonight?
For the end, bro.
Why not us?
Hashtag win for the end.
Why not us? Why not us?
Do it for Towel Man. Do it for the employee of the week. Employee of the day.
Yeah,
I can't run down the steps and
yell
every time we score points because there's a lot of points that get scored in basketball games.
Understood.
I mean, we don't.
NFL draft is going on tonight. We got to play fill in the blank sucker. We'll do it on the other side. Chris Vernon Show.
The new issue of Slam, the cover dropped, and it is our friend Jaren Jackson Jr. on the cover.
And shout out to you, Lane.
Yeah.
You kept. Well, I mean, we knew about it, but you kept this a secret the whole time.
Yeah.
So shout out to you. For
I wrote
putting
this story.
together.
We did the photo shoot a couple weeks ago here on a Sunday afternoon in the practice court. The Sneak Fest show, live Tuesdays at 2 p.m. on Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
I see people who look like me and were born probably in the same decade as me, watching all of these young people jump into the transfer portal and saying, it's ridiculous. You got to stop thinking about this like it's a normal college experience. It is not. You know what the priority is? Maximize your earning potential for every year of eligibility you have left. That's what this is about now. These are jobs.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Grizzlies fans, dunks, dimes, and no looks are great on TV, but nothing compares to catching them IRL. And that starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight in person. From seeing your favorite Grizzly stars up close to hearing the squeak of the sneakers on the hardwood. Put that jersey collection to use and get tickets at Ticketmaster. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside, Memphis.
Shinedown. Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum Saturday, August 30th. With special guests, Bush and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit shinedown.com.
There's nothing like playoff basketball. Boy, nothing like playoff basketball in Memphis.
The atmosphere of a Grizzlies playoff game is super exciting.
Oh my God, it's absolutely electric. I love seeing the crowd out.
Everybody's just screaming their heads off. You feel like you're in a movie. People are down here. Everyone's got on their Grizz gear.
The city's excited. Everybody's excited to watch. There's really nothing like it, and I really can't wait.
In honor of George Foreman, decided to do a pick six on 6 greatest heavyweight boxers of all time.
Number 4, my guy, Mike Tyson. There is no greater feat that I've had. Like if I had my Mount Rushmore of things that I've accomplished in my life, the very first time I beat Mike Tyson in Mike Tyson Punch-Out.
Get all of your HBCU sports and culture news by tuning in to HBCU Huddle with CJ Hurt and Mike Wallace. New episodes drop every Thursday on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and Spotify.
Yesterday was the talk of the town. It was a cow on the side of the road.
Do you live close to a movie theater? I'm just curious because maybe the cow was trying to go to the movies.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt, live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing beats catching your Grizzlies IRL, and nobody knows that better than you. So next time you want to hit up a game, Ticketmaster's got your back with tickets to every upcoming matchup. Whether you're catching the Grizzlies at home or on the road, you'll find tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Keep putting that jersey collection to use and get Grizzlies tickets today. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside again soon, Memphis.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans, want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you during the Grizzlies 2024-2025 season? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Welcome back to the Chris Vernon Show on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, back to your host, Chris
On one morning
Vernon.
bright and clear, my old folks and I drew near, just a village down in sunny Tennessee. I'd been speeding on that train that would bring me back again to that girl I left in sunny Tennessee. I could hear those voices singing as she bid farewell to me. Far across the fields of cotton, my old homestead I could see. As the moon rose in its glory, then I told.
All right, we're back. Chris Vernon Show. Roser, I was reading through one of the mock drafts for tonight. Of course, the only thing that seems to be rather decided is that Cam Ward is going to go number 1 to the Tennessee Titans. After that, most people think it's going to go chalk, where it's going to be Travis Hunter goes 2 and Abdul Carter goes 3, and then we'll figure out what's going on with 4, right? At that point, there's all manner of guys that come into play, whether it's Will Campbell, the offensive tackle from LSU, or it's Ashton Genty, or it's whoever, right? That there's all manner of guys. But interestingly enough, I was reading through Schrager's mock draft that he put up, like his guesses. Yeah, you'd have an Ole Miss Rebel. I know to root for. Walter Nolan, who was a Memphis
kid.
Played in Memphis.
Played SBA.
At
SBA,
yeah.
For a second.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see.
Walter Nolan.
We'll see.
And then he had me, the Cowboys, taking a guard. That's always fun.
Yeah.
You love a guard.
Offensive and defensive linemen.
Yep. That's how you build good teams, though.
You need them.
It is how you build good teams. Yeah. Anyways, the crazy one was that Schrager had the kid from Michigan dropping like all the way down to like 13, Mason Graham. It's like most people think he's going to go in like the top 5 or 6, possibly. So it actually, the NFL has done a tremendous job of us being surprised every year now, right? These guys hold it close to the vest in a much better way than they did for many, many years. You had a very good idea of what they were going to do. Obviously, look, I brought you guys, I brought up the Rich Eisen thing a couple days ago. Like, there'd be nothing, like, my favorite thing that could possibly happen is that Jerry Jones does some Godfather offer to get up. And then he gets to do the press conference where he says, we needed a wide receiver and we needed a cornerback, and we got both. And Travis Hunter. It is funny. They need a wide receiver and a corner.
He's now
it's like,
Cowboy.
Right? Like, I mean, what? Like it's not like we traded for one player. We viewed it like we traded for 2 players.
That is some Jerry Jones stuff right there, man.
I can see the press conference.
Back in the day when I was in Arkansas, I'll get 2-for-1 combo, and that's just what Travis Hunter is.
That's right.
He's a 2-for-1 combo.
You're 2-for-1 combo.
You're viewing it like we traded for 1 player. We traded for 2 players because we believe this kid can be the best on one end and the other end. Glory hole. Whatever he always talks about is glory holes. No one ever corrects him.
Crazy. Yeah,
I want some glory hole.
No, you don't.
No,
you don't.
for sure you
don't want that, Jimmy.
Anyway, it should be super exciting. And I looked at our guy, Cam Scadaboo, after we got in the discussion yesterday. I was like, how come I never hear his name? He's awesome.
He is. Where's he going?
I went and found the Arizona Republic article about him. Like, you know, they're obviously going to keep track of all these guys.
Yeah, right.
So they went through like all the different like mocks or whatever, and they said it's like all of them have him 3rd or 4th round. All of them.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, bro, y'all watch the Texas game. This dude is nails.
Yeah.
And in the midst of reading that, I came across some other article and it was talking about like where he is projected to go. I came across this article that said that Scadaboo wows at Pro Day or whatever. Bro, his vertical leap was 39.5.
He's an athlete.
I was like,
he a freako.
That's an athlete.
A 40-inch vert?
Yeah.
Okay, Cam Scadaboo.
5'10". Good Lord.
Okay, Cam Scadaboo.
Yeah, shout out Scadaboo.
Anyway, yeah, he's. I mean, I didn't realize that he was that far down the list.
Yeah.
third or fourth round. They had him going like 122nd in some of these.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever.
The Ohio State kid, the Henderson kid, may go first round. Like
the running back?
Yeah, Travion Henderson may go first round. Like, he's projected to even go
And who
higher.
knows where Judkins goes, right?
And I saw somebody had Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart's going in the first round.
Oh, Jackson Dart might go in the top 10.
He might go top 10, bro.
That is a horrible pick. I'll stamp that. He sucks.
Dude.
Like, I'll stamp that. He's not good.
I'll tell you this. That Florida game.
He sucks.
Hey, that's
not good.
Hey, that
Let
Florida,
Jennifer hear that, bro.
Yeah, he just did the, what's it called? He just did the Gruden quarterback camp thing.
Yeah.
And there's a clip, you got to see it. It'll come across your timeline later today. And Gruden's like, show me how to do that eye black. And
I saw it.
He draws the eye black on him.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, they're saying, Jackson Dart.
You ain't with
He
Jackson
could
Dart,
go-
Roser?
No, I don't think he's good.
He's going to go in the top 10.
Jackson Dart going ahead of
Maybe.
Shedeur Sanders is insane.
They say he's going to go.
That's insane.
Dude, Schrager had.
They say my
Where
boy
do you have
Shedeur
Shedeur?
Oh,
Like
he
down
is
to
the-
the bottom of the
my boy
first
Shedeur
round.
is dropping,
The
bro.
Steelers are the favorite to get him.
Which I
That's
would
like
love for him
the
to be a
odds-on
Steeler.
favorite.
Hey, you know what super tripped me out is the guy we were talking about yesterday, James Pierce,
Yeah.
who loves character flaw. Like, they don't care. Like, it doesn't matter to them.
The Eagles.
The Chiefs.
The Chiefs,
Oh,
too.
yeah, them and
The
and Eagles.
Chiefs.
Yeah.
They had him at 31, and I'm like, bro, that would be so friggin' ironic for the Chiefs to get James Pierce Jr. at 31. You know some good team is going to bring him into the fold, right? Because he's got all of these red flags about character or whatever. Like, bro,
They don't care.
we know.
He's talented.
We know how good you are, right?
You see our boy Seth Henne guy is supposed to, they said only one mock draft has him on drafted is Chad Reuter.
Who?
Chad Reuter.
Reuter?
Reuter, yes.
What are you trying to say?
I don't know, bro. I'm just reading.
You
what I see in
marble
front of
mouthed
me.
it.
I'm just reading what I see in front of me.
How is it spelled?
Reuter.
Reuter.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
You said Reuter.
I just sounded it out, bro.
Them R's, they bust your ass.
Yeah, that's tough out here, bro. Better phonics. Here we go. Chad Reuter said he's going to go in the 6th round to guess what team? The Dallas Cowboys, his hometown team.
Seth Hennigan?
Yeah, 6th round.
Oh, my God. My new Ben DiNucci.
There you go. Get the Henny guy, man. One more for Seth.
One. Yeah.
One more for Seth.
One more
Oh,
for
my
Seth.
God.
Hey, don't forget, he is the Senior Bowl MVP.
Huh?
Don't forget that, Verno.
Well,
Senior Bowl MVP,
no, we
bro.
don't need a quarterback. We have Bazooka Joe Milton now.
Oh, gosh.
Bazooka Joe.
I forgot y'all do got him. That's
Huh?
crazy. Y'all do got
Bazooka
Joe
Joe
Milton. He
Milton.
sucks, too.
Yeah.
That's why he's going to be starting by like week 5.
Jackson Dart's better than him. Jackson Dart's better than Joe Milton.
Before we get into and I mentioned the NFL draft, before we get into fill in the blank, I do need to mention one thing. Yesterday, Penny Hardaway got the 5-star recruit, Bradshaw.
Yeah.
Aaron Bradshaw. I went and told you I went back and looked 24/7. He was 5th ranked in the class. I reached out to, so I'll give you a little heads up. I reached out to my buddy Matt Jones from Kentucky Sports Radio.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll tell you exactly what I said. I said, you think Bradshaw could end up being good? I said, what was the word about him? He said, it's possible. He did some really good things here, but he wasn't the hardest worker. Great skills, though. Watch the UK-Florida game and when he played UK with Ohio State, if you want to see the best of what he brings. So if you want to go check those out to try to like get a read on the kid. Here's my thing. When I see a kid like that that's ranked that high, that has underwhelmed so far, the first thing I thought of, and this is best case scenario, the first thing I thought of was where? The kid that's playing for Miami. Yeah.
Yeah, because he was at Oregon.
He was a 5-star McDonald's All-American from Arkansas, remember? Then he went to Oregon, and it just did not work out. And all those, he was supposed to be top 10 pick, lottery pick, the whole thing. And then it just went the wrong way completely. And so then, right, it went the wrong way completely. And the whole thing was he's going to go to Indiana and Mike Woodson, right, is going to fix it. Like, this could be a great Penny Hardaway success story if he could pull this off.
Yeah.
Bro, you cannot be, look.
Ooh. Okay. Ooh.
You can't be a top 5 player in any high school class without a requisite amount of talent and athleticism.
you gotta be able to hoop.
It can't happen.
Yeah.
Right? So why? And the thing was, with Khalil Ware, the why got figured out. That's the hope with this kid, right? Because when you figure it out, you might have a top 20 NBA pick on you. Like they don't grow kids like this.
Yeah.
This kid's 7 foot tall. I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
7'1",
if you
215.
you got to maximize his potential. And credit to Mike Woodson, like for whatever job he did in Indiana, he did a good job of reclaiming Khalil Ware's, once high profile as a high school player.
Yeah.
Because that thing, high profile, then went to crap, then he got it back. Ended up getting drafted in the top 20 of the draft, and he's getting real minutes for the Miami Heat as a rookie.
Yeah, he can hoop.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the thing with this kid.
I hope it goes.
Being fifth in your class, again, it's not the end-all be-all, though. Once upon a time, Musa Cisse was a top 10 high school player, and it never took.
Sometimes
right?
it doesn't.
I hope he goes.
This
the
kid's
way,
got skills, though.
He
Like
has
you
skills.
saw him catching the ball and swatting it.
I hope he goes the way of Dane Danger, not the way of Jordan Brown.
The other thing is you can watch him. This guy should be able to destroy the
AAC?
American.
Oh, yeah, there's no
athletic
bigs in the AAC, bro.
Right.
Yeah, there's no bigs. Yeah, nah.
You should be able to destroy.
Like
He should
Dane
be.
was able to cook in the AAC.
That's right.
Coming from Illinois. Like,
You should be. So was Luxembourg or whatever the hell his name was.
Luxembourg.
Yaxel. What's his last name?
Yeah, it is. It's like Luxembourg. Yeah, like Yaxel Luxembourg.
Lindenborg.
Oh, whatever.
Luxembourg's a city.
Yeah, it's a country.
All right, let's play fill in the blank.
I love
Shut
fill
up.
in the
Call
blank.
that man German.
Yaxel. Yaxel.
Call that man. I got to make that man German.
PJ Haggerty get his $4 million yet?
Nope.
Nah.
Answers.
A lot of that money's dried up, man. Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
He needed to.
Do we have another bag fumbler on our hands?
Feeling the
you know what? I
Don't fumble the bag, guys.
I think there probably would be a school that would give him $4 million if it wasn't. I have to play point guard too. It's like, okay, so now you're telling me what position you're gonna play too?
Yeah, bro.
A lot of peer pressure to go see that movie Sinners. I heard Gary saying he went and saw it yesterday afternoon. Everybody tells me I need to go to the theater. Everybody tells me I need to go see it, right?
Yeah.
The movie you regret not seeing in the movie theater is...
Fill in the blank, sucker.
Has there ever been a movie that you wish you would have seen it in the theater?
I feel like usually when I go see a movie, I go see it. If I care about a movie enough. I'm not a big movie guy.
Yeah, I don't go to the movies.
I'm trying to think of the last time.
I'm saying a movie you watched that you wished you would have seen it in the theater. Or if it was back in a theater.
What was the
You know what I'm saying?
the Christopher Nolan DiCaprio
Inception?
That one. I actually wish I would have seen that crazy crap in the theater. 'Cause
Right.
The visuals in that movie were
Visuals are crazy.
insane.
Visuals are
Space
crazy.
Jam 2.
There we go.
I did see that in the theater.
And
I mean, I could have watched it on
never,
TV.
I saw it on HBO Max.
Damn. I saw it on
I wish I
HBO
would've
Max
saw-
too.
I wish I would have saw it in the
It was
theater.
not as bad as I thought it was going to
Yeah,
be.
I wish I would have saw
fine.
that in the theater. Shout out LeBron, man. Somebody said Human Centipede. That's disgusting.
Jalen just said Avatar.
You
in
know
my
what?
headset. That's a good one.
Maybe I
Avatar's
should have
cool.
seen that movie in theaters.
I
Avatar.
never. How about this? I might be the only person. I've never seen
Dude,
Avatar.
I watched it
The blue
once and
people?
I thought it
Huh?
was
The
Blue
horrible.
people?
Yeah, I've never seen
Me
it.
either.
I watched it once and I thought it was
I'll tell you
horrible.
this: at Disney Animal Kingdom, that is the best ride I've ever been on in my life. It's not even close.
Yeah.
Yes,
The Avatar
the
ride?
Avatar ride. I had to pay $16 a person at the very end of the night. Like, they scam the hell out of you at Disney World.
Yeah.
So the line was always 3 hours long the entire day. The entire day. From the moment you walk in, you go on your little Disney app, it's 3 hours. I'm like, I really want to ride this ride. What? And then whatever it was, say you're the park closes at, let's say 9. At 8:30, if you check the app, it'll say X number amount of spots open at 8:50, $16. And I'm like, you know what? We're here. It's one time. I'm going to pay. I will be honest with you. And of course, I had to pay for 4 people. It was 100% worth it. You lay in this thing and they put a headset on you, so you're laying down, and somehow they got wind and whatever. Bro, you really feel like you're in the world. It's crazy. You're flying through the world. It's all of this virtual reality thing. I got done and I was like, it was so realistic that it's jarring. You get done with it, it feels so real that when you get done and you like have to like walk out of a ride like you usually walk out of it, you're looking around. It takes you a minute to like adjust. Like, bro, that was fake.
That's crazy.
Like it really felt like you were in this.
Yeah.
Like you had gone into this dimension. It is the most awesome ride I've ever been on. Because it's also like, at one point you're like flying down and then it's like, you like fly down these cliffs and whatever. And I don't know how it all works, but you're like kind of like laying on top of what almost like a motorcycle looking thing. And then you got your head, whatever, but it somehow is blowing wind at you and
like
whatever.
You're like really flying.
Yeah, dude. Like you're in the virtual reality. It's awesome. It's way better than Oculus.
That sounds, you know what? That sounds way better than the movie too.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. That's what I heard.
If you could go to another round 1 NBA playoff game, you would go to?
Fill in the blank, sucker.
Oh, Detroit, New York.
Yeah.
Where?
Detroit.
Tonight?
Yeah, tonight. I would take a peach out of their joint right now.
Really?
Because
that's the one you would go to.
Because it's the first time they have a home playoff game in over 10 plus years. The crowd's gonna be rocking. The team is fun to watch. Like,
they've never had a playoff game in this arena that they have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the last one would have been Auburn Hills.
I would just Detroit basketball. That guy's legendary. The announcer guy, like that energy is gonna be insane.
What about you?
Just to be different, I would, if I could go tonight, I'd go to LA to the Intuit Dome. The first playoff game at the Intuit Dome.
Yeah. First playoff game at Intuit Dome.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's for sure.
Plus, you're against Jokic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that fan wall that they have there, like it feels real. Like it's like a real home court advantage kind of for the Clippers.
Players have talked about like you can like you notice it
for
sure. Like it's there.
A non-projected first-round player that you loved in college that you would love to have on your NFL team is?
Fill in the blank, sucker.
So I was looking at this earlier.
So you can't say, obviously, we would all love to have Travis Hunter. We would all love to have Ashton Genty. I mean, those are all fun.
No, I was looking at this earlier because I was looking for defensive linemen because we need more defensive linemen. The kid from South Carolina.
Oh.
Kyle Kennard. Dude had like 12 sacks in the SEC.
Where is he projected?
Like third round or something like that. So
really?
Yeah, I was like, all right, cool, him.
Let me see. I think I just
because the last South Carolina guy worked out so well.
What are you talking about?
Javon Kinlaw. Yeah, that's a true.
I thought you were talking about what's that other dude?
Different position.
Clowney can hoop. Clowney was good.
That was 10 years ago, bro. He's still around too.
Yeah, Jadeveon Clowney's still around. Yeah, he's still around.
I'll probably go.
We also drafted Marcus Lattimore too. And that didn't work out.
I'll probably go.
Debo Samuel did.
Debo did.
You are South Carolina feeder system. That's weird.
Yeah, we are. We're drafting Kyle Kennard tomorrow night. Kyle Kennard.
You know that's Luke's cousin?
No, it's not.
It's not?
He's black.
No.
Oh, he's black?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is he?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Rare black Kyle.
Yeah, I know, right? Kyle Kennard's a very rare black name. I'm gonna probably go. What's buddy from? I always love receivers. I just want receivers on the Ravens. I'll go with because that Arizona guy's the first round guy, so I can't pick.
They say our Memphis guy's gonna go high. Chandler Martin.
Yeah, he's little though, bro. He's still like
they
a
say
small,
he's gonna go high,
small linebacker. I'll take Luther Burden on the Ravens.
That's a good one.
Luther
I thought about him earlier
Luther
today
Burden on
too.
the
I was like,
Ravens.
what happened? Because he was like projected like top 10 or right outside the top 10,
Yeah,
and
he
then
can
it's
hoop.
just kind of.
He can hoop. I'll take Luther
He
Burden
was
on the Ravens.
so awesome 2 years ago, and it just wasn't as good this past year. But like,
You get to a good team, you just wait.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
All right, y'all. So yesterday, I went on a rant yesterday on our wrestling podcast about how much I hate The Rock right now. Oh no, I got bad news. I got to read y'all. But before I get to that bad news,
What?
From Shams Charania, a 5-star prospect and USC commit Elijah Arenas was involved in a serious car crash early Thursday morning, hospitalized and placed into an induced coma. Sources tell ESPN.
Oh no.
Oh,
Gilbert Arenas' son.
Yeah, he's Gilbert Arenas' son. Yeah. Damn, bro, that man cold too. By the way, you watch his highlights. He is elite. Hope he's all right.
Yeah, for sure.
But
that is brutal.
My fill in the blank.
That's a nightmare as a parent.
Yeah, 18 years old. Yeah.
Nightmare.
Man. Oof. I got clowned yesterday. There was people swiping up on my story saying you're actually really invested in this fake wrestling.
Oh,
people are wondering why I'm so invested in wrestling.
Oh, okay.
Calm down, guys.
Yeah, right.
It's my thing. What is the thing you like that people might think is a little weird? That thing is
blank, sucker.
Dude, we freaking
you
collect
know
sports
us.
cards. Like,
We're collectors, bro.
yeah.
We're collectors.
We're hoarders, and we hoard that
people think
crap.
it's
Like,
weird?
it's, yes.
I mean, the yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
They do think it's weird that you are, like, yes. But I would say collecting stuff. Is there anything else I'm, like, into that people would...
If you
I
said
like wrestling.
You said I'm a fan of this. People be like, you are?
Oh, when I was out at the golf course and I told people that I had to get home because of WrestleMania. And they were like,
they're like, are you 12?
Right.
I get that. When people,
I was like, I like it.
When I tell people I was
I
fan
like
of wrestling,
it.
I always get
Yeah, WrestleMania. So, like, yeah, wrestling. I mean, I like, there's a lot of, like, yes, like, childish things I still enjoy.
Right.
I like wrestling. I like collecting cards and pops and, stuff like
Video
that.
games.
Yeah. I like, I don't know if anything else is, like, weird.
Okay, like, I would say, like, a thing that people don't expect you to like. Like, always for me is always when I tell, like, I got in the elevator the other day and I was like, they're like, what is that shirt you're wearing? It says wrestling is real. And I'm like, yeah, WrestleMania's tonight. They were like, what? You like wrestling? And I'm like, yes, bro.
Something that I like that people wouldn't suspect that I like.
Yeah.
And then you texted them the Grind City Wrestling Pod.
No, I didn't do that.
Sad music.
Select.
Yeah,
okay,
like sad music probably. Like, stuff where I feel like, like somebody's really pouring their heart out. Like, I don't think people would suspect that I like that there's a Fiona Apple album that I absolutely love.
Yeah,
I love one of the Halsey albums. I love like the sad, Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah.
I really, you know what I mean? I like him, and I don't think people would be like, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's just random things like that. I like the old country music too.
Okay.
So a lot of music stuff.
Yeah.
I think I could probably throw people off with.
Music is one of them. Like,
Some of the music stuff I could throw people off with.
Yeah, my girlfriend still gets surprised at me when she hears like
How do you
different
know
things
that?
that I turn on. She's like, you amaze me because last night cooking. Dave Matthews, a live Dave Matthews song plays. Literally the next song is a freaking West Side Gun and Stove God Cook song. And she's like, what in the world?
Yeah, I feel that. I'm the same way.
Yeah, the music stuff is always, could throw people
I was
off.
playing disco music before the show today.
Right.
Y'all were like, wait, why are you listening to that?
that was straight out of an 80s movie.
For me, the collection stuff is obviously, I mean, that's like not, a lot of adults don't do that. We are in a niche group.
We really are.
And when you put us all together, there are a lot of adults that actually do it. But
yes,
it's
sweaty.
Like when we were in Chicago this summer,
you would be amazed.
You
would be amazed too, and you would also be amazed at who's into it.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, it's become much more mainstream.
It is way more mainstream.
You know who's gotten super into it is Brady.
Yeah,
Tom Brady. Yeah.
Shout out to Tom Brady, man. All right. My next one, you mentioned the TV universe thing.
Yep.
I want to know if I could grab you like Toy Story, like the little claw, pick you up as a character, and drop you in any TV universe, it would be
fill in the blank, sucker.
Like on a TV show?
Like any TV universe, any like The Simpsons, like any TV universe. You are part of that show now.
South Park. Please put me in South Park.
John Roser character on South Park.
Yeah. I'd be hanging out with Butters.
As currently constructed.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a TV show that I watched that I really liked that I think it has like a cool place to be. Maybe like one of these tropical island things.
What, like Love Island?
I don't want to be on Love Island, but I'm saying like I don't watch those shows. But I mean like I'm trying to think of something that would be I mean, and Roser's picking like a fictional place.
Oh, you want to be like a real
Like
character.
I thought, because I don't really I don't know of the fictional lands. Is there some kind? I mean, I guess I could go to
Jurassic Park,
where the Smurfs live.
Somebody said first.
You want me to go to where the Smurfs live, or you want me to go to where you want me to go to? I've been to Bel Air.
Somebody mentioned
it's overrated.
What a flex.
The people are fake. Come on.
Teen Titans, Rocket Power. Somebody said Shameless, Family Guy. Yeah, that's a couple good ones in here. You're lacking. Come on, bro.
I mean, what is there?
He doesn't watch TV
Yeah,
shows.
where is
He
there?
really does not watch TV. He watches documentaries and live sports.
And then, I mean, I know the kids show stuff, right?
Yeah.
Right? Like, so I'm trying to think of the
Caillou. What is Caillou in?
the Backyardigans, or like.
Are you going to be in Paw Patrol? We drop
I
you in
hate
Paw
Caillou.
Patrol.
He's a joke.
Caillou.
He's a joke. I hate that kid.
Maybe like Carmen Sandiego or
you
something.
hated
right?
Caillou
like,
too.
I hated Caillou.
Yeah, Caillou's the worst.
Yeah. He's such a puss. Truly, he really is.
He really is.
He really is.
Like he does not stand for nothing, bro.
He is always like falling off his bike and crying. I mean, he just sucks. He sucks. Just teaches you how to be a weenie.
It really does.
Truly.
Any kid that watches Caillou probably grew up to be a little.
He's so annoying.
He's like,
yeah.
Tangerine, help me. There's a black friend named Tangerine. Like, what is happening? Like, what kind of world is this?
That's Canada for you.
He does have a black friend named Tangerine.
It's Canada.
It's a black girl.
It's a Canada
She's
show.
Tangerine.
Canadian. All right, go ahead, Rose.
All right. The series most likely, we're not allowed to bet on anything. We're not betting on anything. But if you had to, the series most likely to go 7 games is
fill in the blank, sucker.
I say Wolves Lakers.
There's a couple of them that
I go
could.
Clips, Nugs.
I say Wolves Lakers. I think the Clippers will win it by 6.
Oh, Clips.
6 will be the home game.
Okay.
So I think that. So I'm gonna say Lakers Wolves. I think that one goes 7.
There's gonna be a couple of them joints, man. There's some great series going on.
Certainly, the Rockets and the Warriors have a chance now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would say, I'd say that Wolves Lakers is going to go 7, and the Wolves are going to be up against it trying to win a game 7 there.
Yeah.
But in fairness, I mean, they won a game 7 in Denver last year. That would be amazing.
That'd be crazy for Anthony Edwards, man, if you could pull that off.
Taking out Kevin Durant.
Don't you think that one's going 7? That just feels like they're going to. They're just going to keep adjusting to each other.
Well, I saw Reddick's comment saying, like, after watching film, we were still not good offensively.
They're going to keep adjusting to each other as the series goes on.
Minnesota hit everything in game 1. They couldn't hit anything in game 2. So, like,
you'd be stunned if Minnesota won both in Minnesota.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? You would be. You'd be stunned if they won both. So you're probably getting a split there. So at that point, you're probably,
Yeah, with the Clippers and Nuggets. First game went to overtime. The second game was scratch and claw. Kawhi went crazy. Like,
and the reason I think it's more likely, I think it's more likely that the Wolves would win a game 6 at home to force a 7 than the Rockets would. If it's worse, if the Warriors are up 3-2. Going to a game 6 in Houston, that's Curry.
Yeah,
you know
Curry
what I mean?
going
Like,
crazy.
I'm more confident that the Wolves could hold the fort down because that's a big ask. Because they've also been there before in a spot where they had to win. Whereas that's a big ask to beat Steph. You know what I mean? To knock Steph Curry out in a game 6.
Yeah.
To hold on to. So I would say, I say Wolves Lakers.
Yeah, I got Nugs and Clips.
You're right, though. We could have several.
That could be
Detroit, New York could.
It's been some great playoff basketball.
I want the Bucks to make a series of it against the Pacers so that we do get a game 6 or game 7.
You see what Giannis said, bro? He said, I know what I got to do.
Okay.
He's going to have 60 on
Giannis going to go try to score 60.
Yeah,
he
60,
really
bro.
is. He really is.
HB dive the whole game.
All right, your NFL drafting was mine, so I'll just go.
Bro,
the player you want your team to actually draft tonight is
fill in the blank.
You think outside the box at all?
I had a rando. Well, if I would have gone first, you could have said the same thing to him.
That's not true.
That's not true.
You didn't pick the exact same question.
You picked the exact same
That's
question.
ridiculous. There's a billion questions in the world. You could not have picked the exact same question.
Rando in the NFL draft you believe in is. Like, this is what I had.
Okay, so what was your question that you
said
just
the player you want your team to draft.
Oh, Travis Hunter. I mean, no.
That's actually realistic.
Oh.
I mean, y'all could if you traded.
Genty.
If he falls that far?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I would want Hunter or Genty. I mean, that's the fun. Look, those are the fun ones. Yeah. And of course, a lot of these mocks have him taking McMillan, and he may end up being amazing. I just don't want to hear about all the. Yeah, well, there was a lot of there's. He never watched game film and he never did this, but they say he's like Mike Evans.
Right.
I'd like that. If you really are like Mike Evans, I'll take that. Mike Evans just became one of the greatest receivers in the history of the NFL, so I'd take that. That's a nice comp, but it's not as fun. Like the Genty thing is fun, and Hunter is super fun, and so, I mean, obviously, look, I love Scadaboo. I'd love to have him, but again, that's not going to happen tonight.
Yeah.
Tonight, they have the 12th pick, so, I mean, obviously.
What do you need?
The people that trade everything. We're 7-10, bro. Shut up. 7-10.
We were 6-11.
So. Oh well, yeah, but the difference is, but the difference is we didn't have our starting quarterback. They did. Ooh. So they won 6 games with their starting quarterback. We didn't have ours.
Including against y'all when you had your starting quarterback.
We had Cooper Rush. Okay,
for like the
let's get it clear.
Let's
be clear.
For like the 10th game in a row.
Let's be clear. We won 7 games and we had Cooper Rush.
I know you are so excited about this next season. I know you're excited.
I can't wait.
I know because you don't have to play us.
I'm so excited.
You don't have to play us.
Also, we get the schedule of a 7-10.
There's not a guarantee.
Just let you know, the chat's verified things we just said. They say you had the worst fill in the blanks in fill in the blank.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, you asked about the weird thing that we're into. Like, that hasn't been asked before, too. Like,
they're not criticizing my fill in the blanks.
No, that's fine.
They're criticizing yours.
I'm well aware.
Your fill in the blanks are being criticized.
The show ends like it started with both y'all and Jalen being bozos. You guys have not been game day ready from the minute this show started.
Employee of the day.
Oh my God,
that's me,
my buddy.
You're literally the only person that voted was you, and you voted for yourself.
My buddy sent me a text that said "Game Day Focus," and it was a picture of a blurry eye chart from the eye doctor. I was like, oh, come on.
Hey, we're locked in, Roser. Come on now, don't do that. We're locked in. We're doing it for the end
word
tonight.
of the day is competition.
There you go.
That's what we desire.
Compete.
Hell, man.
Compete, bro.
Compete.
Hey, look, if you fall short, you fall short, but you gave it everything you got.
Wave those towels
and I
tonight.
hope that is true of the fans, too.
Do it like Petey Pablo said.
Yeah, man, it's going to be, look, it's going to be a fun environment.
Yes.
Ain't no way around that.
Show out, Memphis.
Okay. I mean, just getting progressively worse.
Be proud.
This is getting...
Wear the bear.
Hey, please do it. Please.
Keep going.
Guys, there's nothing better than watching the Grizzlies IRL.
Please do it.
IRL, Roser.
I only have 2 more times to watch them IRL.
Johnny
so
IRL.
We'll do it tonight.
Johnny IRL. Wait, what if we get a game 6?
Well, then you got another chance to watch them IRL.
What is wrong with you?
IRL.
Wave your towel and be proud.
Oh my God. This is
Go Grizz!
Okay.
Yeah.
Turn the show off. Like, please.
Bye, guys.
50 for the city.
No, he doesn't play for us anymore.
Giddy for the city.
Giddy.